98 snaps. Usually we're doing that to people. I thought we tackled well. I thought we handled really two different offenses tonight, a passing quarterback. And then, we saw the running quarterback get in the game, which I thought was great work for us too. I thought, and we saw some wildcats, some of the things that quite frankly, we've had some problems with. Is it fixed completely? We're still a work in progress. We got a bunch of new guys out there, but I am pleased in how we flew around on defense and tackle. I think our guys played with energy and took pride in playing today, as well as they have this all year.
How about just starting fast and getting it going early on offensively? You guys, like you said, haven't started as well offensively, but seemed to pretty well tonight.
Well, we're 50%. So, for everybody who wants to talk about it, it's got 2 games we started fast, 2 games we didn't. So, it's those 2 were on the road, the other 2 were at home. There's probably more to that. And the tempo on the road with no whole team and the crowd noise is a factor. We've put in some time last week on that, and we're pointing towards this Thursday and going back on the road. I think us being on the road the last couple weeks will really help us going into conference play. I think after just looking at some of the things around the country today, that us being able to handle it, there's other people who've started slow too, and that's all part of the game. There's another team out there. They've got coaches, and we've seen some different looks, I think, that are going to help us down the road.
Talk a little bit about Justin Johnson. Case hooked up with him quite a bit early tonight, and it seems like they developed pretty good rapport over the last few games.
Well, Justin's been that guy for the last 2 or 3 years. All these other guys get all the pub. Bryce and Charles and Mike Hayes. They get all the highlight tapes and then our receivers on the outside, the fast guys. Justin Johnson just is a winner. I mean, he makes critical plays for us. Has done it over the last 3-4 years. Is a move around Y, H-back kind of guy. Blocks for us. I can't tell you what he does for us in special teams. He's a great team player, a tremendous leader, and we can't have enough Justin Johnsons on a team like this, because he's a leader by example. He's a veteran guy that talks to the young guys. He leads by example in practice, and it comes out in the game. So, he's very versatile. He's very trustworthy, and he's a guy that does a lot for us. That I think people notice him now in the stats more, but he's been a critical part of our success since we've been here.
Talk to a little bit about Derek Matthews. I mean, led you guys tackle tonight, big sack and forced fumble. I mean, he continues to play well.
He continues to play well. Derek. We had the same conversation last week. The guy is a tackling machine. And I think, and as I said, I can't stress this enough. For him and Marcus to run free like that, there's some other things going on up front, and I know that Dominique and David and a bunch of those guys probably don't have the numbers that people would think, but in order for our linebackers, particularly our inside backers, to be making that many plays and tackles, people are not being able to get to them and block them, and I think there's our front has a lot to do with that, but certainly the way our defense is set up, and as I said beforehand, really that should be the strength of our defense, and Derek Matthews has really helped that with Marcus, and coming in here as a true freshman and playing the way he's played, particularly in the last couple of weeks, is very, very encouraging for our whole football team.
Nice to be back home tonight.
Yeah, it was nice to be back home. It's been a while since we're here, but we got a quick turnaround. We talked after this about guys being smart tonight, and we're back tomorrow afternoon, meeting at 5. We'll get a workout in tomorrow night, and then with the short week and traveling on Wednesday, we've got a lot to get done here between Sunday and Wednesday.
Coach, with that quick turnaround, what are some of the positives that you saw from this game that you'll take with you in the next couple days?
Well, think the positives were we were able to get some guys out of the game, and you know, with really at the beginning of the third quarter, you know, get Case out of there and get some of the running backs out. Some of our you know, really played our second O-line the majority of the second half. So you know, even with it being a late game and a quick turnaround, really able to get some good work with our starting unit, and then get our backups in there with some meaningful time, not just, you know, mop-up time. You know, I know that people will you know, people talk about, you know, we wanted to get Cotton in and run our offense, not just have him out there handing the ball off. And with that time in the game, I thought, you know, with some of our backup receivers that, quite frankly, have, you know, we've put into games and put them in some positions to be able to make plays. Some guys made plays, some guys didn't, and that's what that's all about. And the more that those young guys are in there with the lights on, the better off we're going to be, because we're going to need everybody. It's a long season. You know, that's game 4. You know, so the more depth that we can develop, and the more guys have been able to play in the actual game speed and take hits. You know, Daniel Spencer, that's the first time he's probably been hit since high school like that. You know, and then but to his credit, he bounces back and makes a play later on in the game. And you know, that's the positive type things that you can take out of that, is that, you know, developing depth, getting guys to play in a lot of minutes, and run your offense, not water it down. Have to be able to see different things, adjust on the run, and then be able to get your starters out early. I think you know, there's a lot of positives to take from tonight.
Damian Payne had that nice return. Might we see more of him in the future?
Hey, snuck him in under the radar, huh? Yeah, you guys, nobody knew who he was. Now he's a transfer back from Utah. He's a guy that we recruited along with a whole bunch of folks in high school. Local guy, and you know, transferred back. So he's a welcome addition, and received a waiver to become immediately eligible. Came really, you know, during 2-a-days, and you know, the waiver came through. So we're happy he's back at home, and obviously, you know, he's a guy that's going to be able to help us. A highly recruited guy in high school. Another defensive player that's got great ball skills, and obviously, you know, he's a guy that has shown us in the last couple of weeks the ability to do some things. So we put him out there, and that's probably another positive for tonight.
You noticed DJ Hayden a lot of time tonight. What's the status on him?
Don't know. I have to check on that. He just play. You know, it was pandemonium out there. He was yelling on the sideline, and then we just got him out. So, you know, in a game like that, you know, we're going to need him for the rest of the season.